Now we are going to see proportion. First we must see the definition of proportion. If two ratios are equal, we say that they are in proportional, and use the symbol is what? This is called a symbol. Ratio means is 2 and is 2. Is to equate the two ratios, for example. To equate the two ratios, for example, because they given the two ratio, this is also 2:4 and 6:20. I'll repeat again proportion. If two ratios are equal, we say that they are in proportional. In such case, generally what is the definition means, what is the definition of proportion? What is the definition of proportion means? If two ratios are equal, generally the ratios means we have to compare two quantities. Ratios mean we compare two quantities, and comparing the division is called as ratio. We have seen already. So if you want to know the definition of proportion, if two ratios are equal, we say that, otherwise we say that proportional. If two ratios are this is one pair and this is another pair. If two ratios are equal, we call it as what? Proportional. And use the symbol. There are two ratio symbols. They are given two ratio symbol to equate the two ratios. For example, what? 2:4 is equal to 6:20. So we write 2:4 is to 6:20. That is what two ratio symbol is given. Okay, 2:4 is to 6:20. Okay, 2:4 and 4:6 and 6:20. That is the exact reading method. So we say that 2 and 4 and 6 and 20 are in proportion. 2 and 4 and 6 and 20 are in proportion. So this is generally we are saying. Okay, in the writing methodology is 2:4 is to 6:20. This is what your writing methodology. So just you take out the equal, and you have to instead of that equal sign, you have to put the ratio symbol and say that 2, 4, 6 and 20 are in proportion. And the second one, 4 quantities are said to be in proportion if the ratio of the first and the second quantity is equal to the ratio of the third and fourth quantities. For example, I am telling you, this is 3, 10, 15 and 50 are in proportion. That is what you say, the 4 quantities means 4 numbers are given. 4 quantities are said to be in proportion if the ratio of the first and the second quantity is equal. First and the second quantity is equal to the ratio of the third and the fourth quantity. Ratio of the third and fourth quantity. That is first and second. Then third and fourth are equal. So equal. That is the exact definition. That is the first and the second quantity. First and second quantity is equal to the first and second. This is the first and this is the second, and this is the third and fourth. Okay, this is what you are saying. So first, that is what is this, is equal to the first if the ratio of the first and the second quantity is equal to the ratio of the third and the fourth quantity. So first quantity and what is this? This is a third quantity, this is a second quantity, and what? The fourth quantity. So first and second quantity is equal, and second and fourth quantity is equal. That is what? So the first and the second quantity is equal to the third and the fourth quantities. 3, 10, 15 and 50 are in proportion. So 3 by 10 is equal to 15 by 50. We write 3:10 15 50. Our read as 3:10 and 15 50. So 4 quantities are said to be in proportion. 4 quantities, this is 4 numbers are given. This is in proportion if the ratio of the first and the second quantity is equal to the third and the fourth quantity. Generally we can say this is first and second and third and fourth. Okay, but first and second means it is not equal, because 3:10. So that is first and second quantity is equal, third and fourth quantity is also equal. That is what they said. So that 3 by 10 and 15 by 50 you can write. Okay, so in 3, 10, 15 and 15 and 50 are in proportion. So that is what you have written. 3 by 10 is equal to 15 divided by 50. So we write 3:10 is to 15 is to what? 50. So 3:10, this is the first and second, this is the third and fourth. This is the first and second and third. So we are writing 50 and 15 and 50 this is a third, this is a fourth, and this is a first and second. So our read is 3:10 and 15 is 50, and 2:5 is equal to 16 is 15. 2:5 is equal to 60 is equal to 15. 2:5 equal to 60 is to 15. We say that 2, 5, 60 and 15 are not in proportion, because so if two ratios are not equal, means what is this? See here, two ratios are not equal, not in proportion. So if two ratios are not equal, then say that not in proportion. That means, see, this is first one is 2:4:6. So you can cancel the numbers. So 2:4:6:20. You can cancel this number. So 1:20, and again 4 means you can get what? 4. If you cancel all the numbers, 1 by 2. 2 is divided by 1, you can get 2 is divided by 2, you can get 1. 4 is divided by 2, you can get 2. 6 is divided by 2, you can get 3. And again 20 is divided by 10, you can get 1:2:3:10. So 1:2 and 2:3 and 3:10 you can get. So but here there is a what vast difference. So 2:5 and 60:15. So it is not in a proper order. So we say that 2, 5, 60 and 15 are not in proportion. It is not in proportion. So if two ratios are not equal, then they said that not in proportion. So generally two ratios are equal only, we can say it is a proportion. It is not an equal means it is not in a proportion. See, 2:4 is equal to 6:20. Here 2:5 is equal to 60:15. But practically it is not possible, because we can't cancel this number. So 5, 60 you can cancel, but 2 and 15 you can't cancel it. That is what it is not in a proportion. So if two ratios are not equal, then they said that are not in a proportion.